Well, I'm super passionate about running, FYI.
Okay, come over here. Talk to me a little bit about it.
Yes, you need to have a community who you run together with. The community is sometimes only 2 people, but this one over here is my frequent companion on my runs. Indeed, sometimes, depending on the season, we go up all the way to 6.5, 7 hours of runs, and during those runs, we have the biggest conversations. We realized a long time ago that is one of our favorite activities, to go and run together in a nice, beautiful weather. Right now it's a bit too hot, but in a nice, beautiful weather, in a nice, natural environment, we can go away from everything and everybody and discuss ideas and go and chat about all different type of things in the middle of nature. Not everyone is about taking their shoes off. It's a 5 fingers, it's pretty good. Also hat, sunglasses. Okay, so when you run together with someone, there is oxytocin hormone releases, which is a bonding chemical. It makes sense in the eyes of evolution that whoever you sweat together with, it's important that you bond together, because those are your gathering, your hunting partners. They are the ones who are going to help to feed yourself, your family, or protect you from potential dangers. It makes sense why couples who do exercises together have a higher chance of staying in a relationship. So in the case you have some sort of relationship trouble, maybe instead of sitting down and talk about it, go for a walk, go for a run and talk about it. And sometimes even words and ideas not said can be resolved simply by sweating together.
And if you're upset about something going on in your life, really upset, sometimes putting everything down, get out the door, go for a quick run can make the world of a difference. Like, don't act out on what's happening before the run. Go for the run, then you'll have a clear head to make decisions. Works for me every time.
She goes for a lot of runs, but she doesn't tell me about, just simply says, I'm going for a run.
Running. Now, we had talked about plenty of different sports. There are, let's say, for example, boxing that you considered professionally. Running, you never considered professionally, right? Why do you like running?
I started running when I was 17, and I think what I really loved about it was I felt so free. It was something that you didn't need equipment, you don't need a gym membership, you literally need a capable body. I mean, at the time I also thought I needed shoes and all that stuff, but you actually don't. You don't need anything except a capable body. You open the front door and you go anywhere you are. And I loved that because you just forget about everything, you go and you're free, and sometimes you have amazing ideas because, I don't know, the blood's going and it's flowing and you're just more open-minded, I don't know. And also just where you do it, you can be out in the most amazing nature and
you can be running in the redwoods, you can be running in Kauai in the sand, on the beach, you can be in the mountains, you can be in the desert, you can be
anywhere.
Just anywhere.
And it's good for you physically, and it keeps you in shape physically, mentally. I love running.
So you choose your path. Is it the trail or is it the road? No judgment. You should not judge. I don't judge. There's no point to it. What matters is that you learn to run in a way that it works for you. Works for you mentally, works for you physically. So enjoy it, and you can do it. Little by little, educate yourself. Don't try to ace everything all at once. Start rather slow. Think about how many more years you have to live. So you don't need to learn this tomorrow. So finding an environment which is exciting to you, that charges you up, is just the best way to make sure that you can keep running and keep running for years and years and years, as opposed to just simply getting on track. So the environment is superbly important to me. I need to always make sure I'm excited. I don't like to just keep doing the same track over and over and over. That's where you get bored. It's not exciting. If you want to do something for the rest of your life, the best if you find it ever changing and exciting. So running the environment like this, it charges me up. Most people who try to get into shape, they say,
I'm gonna start running half an hour, 3 times a week.
that might not sound a lot to you guys, but for someone who did not run for a pretty long period of time, that is actually way too much, way too much. So start very little. Just start running 1 minute and then walk for 1 minute. And just do 5-6 times this, switching back and forth. And gradually, every time you run, build on that capability. It's much better, much more sustainable. You can keep improving as opposed to doing too much too soon and quitting too fast too soon. How do you feel?
Today I started tired, so I'm a little fatigued, hot, but I still feel great. And that's the magic of running. I feel accomplished.
And we bonded.
Alright, so guys, the only thing we could say about running, I really hope that we were able to find the right tone to excite you about running. Running is not something, unfortunately, you can just pick up and do from one day to another. It does require some systematic, regular, apply.
But you can, but you have to take it slowly.
Yes, but that's what I mean, that running is not one of those things that you can just pick up your fists and do a few shadow boxing moves and it's gonna up your metabolism. Running is something that you need to think about. You need to be consistent with. If you're not consistent with it, you can still enjoy it, but it's always gonna be a little bit of shock to your system. But if you get regular with it and you just run tiny bit,
1 minute running, 1 minute walking, nice and easy.
and you give yourself enough time to recuperate, then over time you can build unbelievable endurance without any push. And that's what maybe this is all about. Just start running a little and apply yourself regularly and see how far you can take it without pushing your psyche or your body too hard. Yeah, that's a good goal for this one.
It's not an accident that at the end of the run, I think about Bob Marley. Bob Marley used to smoke some pot, went for a run, and then he wrote music. So what they discovered not so long ago, that runner's high has nothing to do with any kind of hormones, but a cannabis-like substance that is released in your body. And when that substance is released, you get a sense of high. And runners call that runner's high, just because they felt that way. But matter of fact is, it is something very close to when you smoke cannabis and when you run longer distances, the same type of chemical releases in your body. Nature is wise. It rewards you with a good feeling when you do something that's good for you. So if you need any more proof about benefits and the naturally wired benefits of long distance running, just think about that. Why isn't every other activity that you do in the everydays, and when you have some chemical that releases that makes you feel good? But with running there is something like that. Alright, so I feel good.
Okay everyone, please like and share. Click on the little button over here.
I don't know, I always mix it up. It's somewhere over
Make sure
there.
it turns blue.
Just hopefully you enjoyed it. So thank you very much for watching.
I love running.
Okay, and then the best way to run is when you chase an animal. Oh, it's going. Right?
Yep.